Let's set the stage. It's 1970, and the Grateful Dead are staring into the abyss. Just 1 year earlier, the psychedelic carnival of the 1960s came crashing down in Altamont. Their visionary keyboardist and guiding light, Ron Pigpen McKiernan, is drinking himself towards an early grave. The band is broke, exhausted from the endless touring, and mourning the loss of Jerry Garcia's beloved mother in a car wreck. Yet somehow, in the quiet hills of Marin County, they retreat to the woods with acoustic guitars, mandolins, and a newfound love for harmony-drenched country folk. What emerges is a gentle, golden sunrise of an album. 10 perfect songs that feel like Sunday morning after the longest, strangest Saturday night trip of your entire life. This is the sound of a band finding grace and surrender. This is American Beauty.
Sugar magnolia, blossoms blooming, that's all empty and I don't care. So my baby down by the river, wishing I could come up soon for air.
Welcome to Album Archives, the vault of music history, where we count down the top 300 albums of all time, as voted on by fans of the Music Rewind podcast. I'm your host, Steve Epley, and today we're stepping into number 266, American Beauty by Grateful Dead. Released November 1st, 1970, this 42-minute masterpiece is the softer, sweeter twin to that year's Working Man's Dead. Less bar band grit and more front porch serenity, with timeless songs like Ripple, Broke Down Palace, and Truckin'. It's an album that somehow bottles lightning, lullabies, and the open road all at once. So light a candle, pour something mellow, and let's walk gently into the warm glow of American Beauty.
She's got everything delightful. She's got everything I need. Takes the wheel when I'm seeing double. Pays my ticket when I speak.
By mid-1970, the Dead were burned out on cosmic jamming and LSD-fueled excess. Working Man's Dead had already pointed them towards rootsy simplicity, but American Beauty took it further, trading electric storms for acoustic breezes. Recorded at Wally Hader Studios in San Francisco, they captured a sound so intimate you can practically hear the pick on the strings, and the smile in Jerry's voice. Robert Hunter's lyrics are now fully partnered with the music. They read like American lost poetry, equal parts Zen koan, hobo wisdom, and heartbreak psalm. In a year of chaos, this was the Dead's love letter to stillness.
Look out of any window, any morning, any evening, any day.
Why does American Beauty feel like magic in a bottle? Because every single song is a classic. Side 1 is A Murderer's Row, Box of Rain, Phil Lesh's aching tribute to his dying father, with those descending chords that feel like tears turning into sunrise. Then Friend of the Devil, a runaway tale that moves like a swift horse across the desert.
To the devil, baby, only 20 bills. Spent the night in Utah in a cave up in the hills. Set out running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home before daylight, just might get some sleep tonight.
Sugar Magnolia is a pure, joyful romp. Bob Weir's brightest moment with that sunshine daydream chorus that makes you believe summer will never end. And Candyman, a sly, swinging ode to the dealer with the heart of gold. Then flip the record and you've got the Holy Trinity. Ripple with its mandolin and haiku-like wisdom. Broke Down Palace, a farewell waltz so tender it hurts. And Truckin', the band's ragtag autobiography that became their only top 40 hit. What a long, strange trip it's been, instantly etched into American culture.
Lately it occurs to me, what a long, strange trip it's been.
The playing is flawless yet effortless. Jerry Steele's sighs on Candyman, David Nelson drops by for extra acoustic sparkle and the harmonies. Garcia, Weir, and Lesh weaving three-part beauty. It's the closest the Dead ever got to being Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Pigpen is mostly absent vocally, his health already failing, but his presence lingers like a ghost in the room. At just over 42 minutes, there isn't an ounce of fat. Even the deep cuts, like Operator, Pigpen's lone lead, or the bittersweet Addicts of My Life, they feel essential. It's the rare album where every track could close a set at a Dead show, and most of them did, for decades. 10 songs, 10 perfect Polaroids of the American dream, tattered, beautiful, and wide open.
I don't know, don't really care. Let there be songs to fill the air.
Thematically, American Beauty is about acceptance, of loss, of wandering, of the simple beauty in a broken world. It arrived the same year as CSNY's Deja Vu, the band's Stage Fright, and Van Morrison's Moondance. Peak singer-songwriter, peak roots revival. Yet the Dead did it in their own way. No politics, no preaching, just stories told around the campfire. It peaked at only number 30 on the Billboard 200, but went on to sell over 4 million copies, and became the gateway drug for generations of Deadheads who never even saw them live.
Till the morning comes.
Let's put 1970 in context. The Beatles broke up in April. We lose both Jimmy and Janis by October. Kent State, Vietnam, hard drugs everywhere. Altamont, still the dark cloud hanging over the counterculture. Yet here we have the Dead, making the gentlest, most healing music of their lives. Critics adored it. Rolling Stone called it the finest studio work the Dead have ever done. And while the band would soon plug back in and chase that cosmic dragon again, American Beauty remains their serene masterpiece. Why does American Beauty endure? First, the songs. Every one a timeless gem you can hum around a campfire 50 years later. Second, the feeling. That warm golden haze of harmony and heartbreak that wraps around you like a soft blanket on a cool night. Third, its soul. Gentle, wise, and deeply human in a way that never ages. The cover art, with its simple rose and a graceful lettering, it feels like a quiet promise that beauty can still bloom in the cracks. For me, American Beauty is porch lights at dusk, old friendships, and the sound of the road calling softly. It's the Grateful Dead at their most tender, proving that even cosmic cowboys can sing you straight into serenity.
Operator, can you help me? Help me if you please.
What's the legacy of American Beauty today? As of 2025, it's the Grateful Dead's most beloved studio album, the one that turned casual listeners into lifelong Deadheads and keeps reeling in new generations who discover Ripple on a playlist and suddenly need to know every show from the 70s. It's a record that proved the Dead weren't just a live band, they could craft songs that stand forever. These songs became the campfire currency of the Deadhead Nation, a traveling caravan that never really disbanded. When Jerry left us in '95, the parking lot scene could have faded, but instead it evolved. Dead & Company packed stadiums with John Mayer for a decade. Phil Lesh keeps popping up at his Terrapin Crossroads and Capitol Theater runs with friends that feel like family reunions. And Fish, those Vermont pranksters who picked up the torch, built their own sprawling universe of tape trading, multi-night runs, and inside jokes, all of it tracing straight back into the anything can happen spirit planted by Grateful Dead.
Going to leave this broke down palace on my hands and my knees. I will roll, roll, roll.
55 years later, you can still walk into a festival field and hear some kid with a tie-dye shirt and a fresh Box of Rain tattoo picking Broke Down Palace on an acoustic guitar while 10,000 strangers sing Harmony under the stars. The vinyl keeps getting repressed, the Rhino box sets keep selling out, and every summer, another crop of 20-somethings fall down the rabbit hole because of one night they hear truckin' on the radio. American Beauty didn't just give the world a handful of perfect songs. It gave us a movable tribe that still believes music can be a church, therapy, and home all at once. That more than any chart position or sales figure, is what a long straight trip has been, and it's still rolling. That's it for this edition of Album Archives, the vault of music history. If American Beauty made you smile, please share with a friend and leave a review wherever you listen. Next up is number 265, Crime of the Century by Supertramp. Future access to episodes is available on Patreon and Apple Podcast subscriptions. Until then, I'm Steve Epley, and as I always say, listen to the full album. Until next time.
A podcast from the Sidereal Media Group. Back to you, anchors.